Hi, it's Anika from Living for Later. So back again to talk about my marriage. Yay! Just okay, that was corny. I know. But I am truly, truly just excited. And you know what? I should be. I think that the world has such a skewed perspective on marriage, and there's so much cynicism surrounding this thing. And, people doubt whether or not it's possible to have a good marriage because, when I go on the checkout line, boy, you see the celebrities switching their spouses out, in and out, like, they do their shoes. So, and then we're seeing, marriage redefined, an authority that we don't have as humans. But of course, we're arrogant, so we figure that I can redefine something that God has put in place. But that's a whole nother video. So I feel like as a believer in Christ, I have a right to be excited about my marriage and just to see all that God is doing. So this last 15 years has taught me a lot, as I mentioned in the previous video. And what I want to come on today and talk to you about is just the idea of letting go of the past. When my husband and I first got married, we were both newly saved. We grew up in the church, but both of us were hypocrites. The beginning and the end of the story, that's it. We were kind of doing our own thing, and we really didn't make a commitment to serve the Lord until our latter years in college. And we got married shortly after graduating from undergrad. So the point of me saying all that is that we had made many mistakes before getting into marriage. And some of those mistakes, even though we, came to know the Lord, there were consequences attached to those mistakes and baggages, right? And it took us a while to work through letting go some of our past mistakes, because our past mistakes definitely had an impact on the present state of our marriage. But there were certain things that were very difficult for us to talk through initially, because the wounds were still so very fresh, and we were still getting healed, quite honestly, from some of our past mistakes. But I can honestly say that it's great that here we are, 15 years later, and certain things that were taboo in our marriage, or just certain conversations that we felt like it would just be too painful to discuss, that we've developed a great level of intimacy, emotional and spiritual intimacy, that there is a freedom there to speak about, some of our past mistakes, because we're looking at them through different lenses now, right? We're recognizing that this was the old us, and that there's no denying that it did have an impact on our marriage. But to see how God has really healed some of the wounds that came with those mistakes that we made, and to not let them plague our marriage, right? And hold us down. And there was a lot of forgiving that we had to do of ourselves and even each other. So I just want to encourage you, if you are married and there is baggage from your past that you're holding on to just release it. If there's unforgiveness, whether it's towards yourself or towards your spouse from past mistakes, to just release it. You can't go back. You cannot go back and change the past, but thank God that He has promised that your latter will be greater, right? As we are in Christ, we have the hope for a better tomorrow. So focus on that, and not necessarily on the past mistakes. So release what you need to release, and go forward and enjoy your marriage. And I know that there are certain things that are extremely painful, and it's not as easy as just saying, oh, I forgive or I let go. That there is some things that you have to walk through, but begin the process. Don't hold on to the past. let it go and move forward and enjoy the marriage that God has blessed you with. You be blessed.